Hi Libra, welcome to your reading for May 2022. This is going to be for Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Some of you are intuitively guided. You could have plans in the sign of Libra. So whatever brought you, I just want to say welcome. I appreciate your time. I know you had a lot to choose from. I hope you were guided to the reading. Anyways, my gratitude. I want to thank you if you enjoyed the reading for a thumbs up. You don't have to unless you enjoyed it or it resonated. I want to thank you for all my subscribers and anyone who's new. I thank you for the donations. It's what keeps me on YouTube. Truly. I thank you for your personal readings. I just thank you for you. I usually say my thank yous at the end of the reading, but I don't know. I felt like you needed to hear it at the beginning. All right, let's get into your reading though. So we're going to start with our Mother Mary Oracle deck, get some words of wisdom. And then I'm going to use the Tarot Dreams for you and then the Lustrous Tarot. And everything's pre-shuffled. I do hear someone hammering something outside, so if it gets out of control, I will shut my window. All right, Libra, shout out to my nephew, Sean, who is September 24th, right on the cusp. He's about to be a daddy next month. I'm so happy for him. His mother, who has crossed over, Tracy, my sister, she was October 15th, and my beautiful granddaughter, Lily, who is October 14th. So I know many of, there's a lot of you out there that share their birthdays. That's why I mention it. Okay, well, hello, marriage. Marriage. I make a commitment to a healthy relationship with God, myself, and my partner. Marriage. Of course, you know, marriage, to me, it just means like the ultimate commitment. But we'll see how this plays into the reading. Interesting. We'll read this card at the end, and I don't know, I just feel like the words blow us away at the end. So, marriage. Okay. Let's take the Tarot Dreams. I will give it a couple shuffles. I like to do this more for you. Let's give them a cut. And let's go ahead and get the Lustrous Tarot ready. One more. Again, already pre-shuffled. Let's give them a cut. And let's begin. We have the Page of Swords opening up the reading. You know, page is normally news, some type of news. Swords can be communication. This can, page to me can also talk about, you know, a child, a younger time. Swords could be Libra, could be you, Aries, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. It's so funny, Aries. We have the Devil, card of Capricorn. Some of you may be hearing, maybe having a conversation with a Capricorn. You know, maybe a long overdue conversation. I do feel the energy of Capricorn. But we also want to look at the energy of the, you know, what this card stands for is temptation, right? Temptation, things that tempt me, you know, tempt me into the dark, so to speak. You know, you just look at this card. This man feels like he's in a cage, right? He's in a cage, but he feels caged. But yet the door. It's so funny. My nephew Sean, he had his band was Baby in a Cage, something like that. Baby in a Cage. Anyway, this person feels stuck, feels trapped. You know, it's an illusion, right? Because the door is wide open. This person could leave, right? It's like the walls feel like they're coming down, coming upon, like coming down on someone. You know, like my space is getting more and more limited. Whatever that may mean, we'll see. We have the Six of Cups. You know, I kind of feel like there's someone in this energy of the devil. Now, I don't, you know, I don't know. I think they should rename that temptation. But anyways, it's the influence, right? It's the influence. And that influence, if I give into it, it kind of takes me into like my own darkness, so to speak. Listen, maybe it's fun. Maybe it was fun, you know, but then I get trapped in it. You know, like, you know, I went out and, you know, when I turned 21 and went out, well, I mean, many kids start drinking before that, but I went out and, you know, started drinking and it was fun, but then I ended up overindulging and, you know, losing things that now I know were important to me. I knew then too, but this pull seemed to be a little stronger. It's interesting too because I feel like we have two opposites of the same person here. And what I mean by that is I feel like you may have known them as they walk through like their dark night of the soul. Now, you know, maybe you didn't have a title for it, right? And maybe you thought, oh, look at them having fun. But at the same time, I feel a struggle within there. And then I feel the opposite of, you know, Six of Cups is good memories, cherished memories, reminiscing, you know. So I feel like this is talking about a potential of some type of communication maybe coming in. We have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups can be Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. She's got a cup in her hand. It's interesting because, you know, we have the marriage card from Mother Mary, and often when I see this queen, I just get this feeling like she's walking down an aisle. You know, it's like she's about to get married. Almost like that cup is the bouquet. Queen of Cups normally, now listen, doesn't even have to be a water sign. The energy of this person is someone who, you know, at the core is a very nurturing type soul, a very loving type soul, right? But listen, we all have two sides to us, so to speak. This is someone who values a partner, a partnership, a relationship, you know, a loving one, not just anyone, a loving one. You know, this could talk about someone who is like making the transition from You know, all those good old times. Okay, let's add in the Lustrous Tarot. And let's go above. Let's start above. We have the Hierophant. Well, card of Taurus. You know, this is about your higher being, higher energy. This is about your faith system. It's a 5. So, you know, it can speak of change. And if it is change, it just makes me feel like then I probably wasn't living my true potential anyway. Because this is about a higher energy. Not, you know, it can be about religion. It can be about your faith. You know, your faith in God, your faith in humanity, your faith in yourself. But this is, you know, this is a real look at life without any rose-colored glasses. This is, I feel like a lot of times where we really start to find ourselves. You know, like our spirituality comes into play. And I feel like once it comes into play, like everything starts to change. Now, what I really mean is I feel like someone started seeking their spirituality. I wanted to learn more about it. Maybe they, who knows, maybe they were, you know, they had to drop down to their knees. They drop down to their knees, and that's when they receive. We have the 4 of Pentacles. You know, the 4 of Pentacles, I very seldom read it this way, and it's really what it means in reverse. Is a very, you know, it's like a resistant to change. You know, I'm closed off to, you know, what could be if it's not working. You know, how do I say this? Like, because I feel like this is an old energy. And I feel like it's the resistance to change. But you have the Hierophant and a number 5 right beside it. So I feel like nonetheless, there's change. We have Judgment. Judgment, call to attention. This is your spiritual team. You know, first of all, I do feel like there's something coming in. There's some type of communication. I don't feel like it's reached you yet. And you know, whether this is you or someone else, or you know, a Capricorn for some of you, I know that. Some Taurus up here, right? But still, I feel like there was someone in this energy, and I feel like in a younger time, almost like they're just kind of breaking free now. They're breaking free out of this cage. You know what I mean? It's like they're no longer living in this illusion. I feel like someone lived pretty high in their ego for a period of time, but I do feel like there's change with this person. Now, I don't know if this is a lover, I don't know if this is a child, but it is someone in your life. What am I holding? Oh, Judgment. So, your spiritual team is calling you to the present moment. That means, first of all, I feel like that's a good thing. I just did a reading where I think I titled it "Ask Any Question and receive your answer in the reading from your spirit guides." And I'm only saying that because this is reminding me a little bit of that. So I do feel like You know, whatever brought you this sense of joy, this sense of, you know, I feel laughter and I feel good in this energy. I feel like it's coming back. Now, whether that's in a person or it's just the energy, I feel it's coming back. I feel like it's coming back soon. And I feel like you need to know that. Judgment also talks about a rebirth. So someone has had a rebirth. And I definitely feel it's a spiritual rebirth. And it may be who's ever at one time was in this cage. And it's interesting because I feel like at one time, you know, I probably didn't even see the cage. But then as time went by, that cage, the walls kept coming in, you know, kept coming in to the point where it's almost like, boom, I had to drop to my knees, right? We have the Hangman. I feel like our spirit guides are saying, we're asking you to project out of the present moment. We're asking you to be willing to allow opportunity and experiences to come your way. The Hangman feels a little resistant to me. Now, I never mind seeing the Hangman because the Hangman is someone who is seeking wisdom for their next step. Sitting right next to Judgment, they're going to receive it. And I have a feeling it's whoever felt like they was in a cage. I feel like they're receiving it, or they had received it. You know, when the Hangman is in reverse, he's actually having an awakening. But this Hangman is also connecting to this Queen down here. Again, it doesn't really matter the sign, it's about her energy. And I feel like it's someone who, there may be a partnership here. You know, and I'm seeing the 5, right? Change, mirrored by the Hangman. So, you know, it's probably why you're in this reading. It's like your spiritual team comes to the table, right? Blows the trumpet. It's time. It's time for the rebirth. You know, I feel like there's nothing to fear in this because what, you know, the energy that's pulled from it is the 6 of Cups. I feel like there's many of you who have guides, you know, that were, I want to say family members, but I also mean like friends who felt like families, because I don't want to forget about them. I feel like, you know, they're also front and center. Okay, let's keep going. Let's go below. We have the Star, card of Aquarius. This is about your hopes, your dreams, and your wishes. Bringing them to fruition. You know, this isn't just the wish, it is the intention, right? But it's also the action. Judgment would tell you that these wishes, these dreams, these opportunities, they're not going to show up for you in the past. They're going to show up for you in the present. And the more you're aware, the more you get to see, the more you start to realize that these blessings, you can call them, you know, I'm calling them blessings, but I feel like it's really you. And maybe it's real, like a real sense of gratitude at the same time. You know, the Star and the Hierophant are marrying each other. First of all, Aquarius and Taurus. But I also feel like what it's saying is if I keep my intentions of the highest, then that is what will manifest back to me. And that's what I can trust in instead of fearing You know, I fear everything in life. I trust. I trust energy, and therefore, like, I feel protected. Okay, let's keep going. We have the Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, coming right under Capricorn. And I felt some of you are definitely connected to a Capricorn. And then we have the Hierophant also. Um, I don't know. I'm just like looking at this queen. And she looks like she's reminiscing. Which would make sense because here is the card of reminiscing. And she definitely looks like she's reminiscing. I feel like for someone, there may be someone like that you worked with that maybe, you know, went a little further than that, and maybe since like that probably ended, and I feel like the job probably ended, and therefore the seeing each other every day probably ended. Because I feel like she's reminiscing about that. We have, look at all the queens coming out. We have the Queen of Wands. You know, I was going to say our intuitive queen, but honestly, I feel all the queens are intuitive. I feel all the kings, I feel we're all intuitive. But who pays attention to it the most? The Queen of Wands is someone who moves according to her intention, to her desire, you know, according to her desires. She's not someone who would normally allow fear to stop her from manifesting that she wishes for. Mirrored by the judgment, mirrored by judgment, not the judgment. And then we have the Page of Wands. You know, this Queen of Pentacles is the only one who's looking back, where the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups is looking forward, as is the Page. This Page is present. What I mean by that is looking right at me. Feels present, like I want to have that conversation now. I feel like some of you are also manifesting like opportunities within your finances. And, you know, probably something like, you know, when I say that, like you're meant to do, you don't have to do it. Like, you don't have to do, I don't know. I don't know you have to do anything. Now, are there consequences? Probably. Um, but what am I trying to say here? Anyways, I feel like some of you, like, there's a manifestation of more money. You know, and I don't know why I'm like all of a sudden feeling there's a separation. Like these two queens are separate, right? But this Queen of Pentacles is looking back at the star. This queen is looking at the Page. To me, the Page of Wands is much like the Fool, the risk taker. This could certainly be the inner child of this queen. Like the inner child is ruling the roost. There could be, you know, I feel like some may be like you're taking chances in love. And I feel like the opportunities are going to show. I feel like, what do I want to know here? Listen, if I don't want to follow the path of love, then don't follow it. you know, follow the path of Pentacles, your creativity, the building that. And then just allow the universe to, you know, will readjust. I feel like it's more important to follow like what feels like there must be something that's like what's the word I want to use? Like an ache. But I don't mean it as an ache. That sounds negative. As a yearning. Just as much as I felt this person where I felt like their walls were coming in, I feel like from that energy they started to seek their spirituality. And I use spirituality. Listen, it could be their faith. It could be, you know, they drop to their knees and start praying to God. It could be whatever. But it's seeking the light. Like, I can't keep living this way. I can't keep living this way. I feel like if you were in a relationship with this person, that particular person in the past, you know, I do feel like you'll have a conversation. And let's leave it at that. I feel like you will have a conversation. And I feel like the conversation will be good. I think it'll be of the light. I think it'll be of honesty. I don't see any ego here. I don't see any anything that would tell me otherwise. I feel like your spiritual team is saying, and listen, whatever this is coming in, I feel like your spiritual team is behind it. What I mean by that is, I mean, potentially maybe behind the helping to create it. Your energy is just as important though, because it is your, you know, it's your wishes that are manifesting. It comes from you, right? And then your spiritual team is here to help you to manifest that. But sometimes we move into the hangman mode and they really can't do much until we ourselves decide to start moving again, right? Don't forget the hangman seeking wisdom on my next steps in this physical world. Somebody help me. And so they do. All right, let's look at the bottom of the decks. Well, hello, Knight of Cups. I don't know, guys. Knight of Cups. This is unexpected. This is a cup of fulfillment coming into your world. Unexpected. It will reach you one way or another. I feel like when it's a knight, they're going to complete their mission no matter what. Interesting, we're seeing all these queens and like the kings haven't come out yet. We have the Three of Pentacles. Some of you are tied. And what I mean is you have like this tie relating to work, a potential job that I do feel like may have ended and therefore may have ended that. But that doesn't mean they can't reach out. Doesn't mean you can't reach out. Unless there's a reason you can't. I almost feel like that's too low. All right, let's bring in the Gilded Tarot. And let's just go over this a little bit. Let's give them a cut. By the way, if you like my nail polish, I started working with a company who's going to offer us a nice discount, and I'm going to do a video on it, so I'll let you know. I didn't do the greatest job, but Okay. I feel like whatever this page is bringing in, because it's of the highest and because it's of your wishes, it feels very, very good. We have the Nine of Wands. Don't give up on me, baby. Look at this. We have the Ace of Pentacles. I often feel like the Ace of Pentacles is the way, right? It's something that comes into your physical world that gives you, you know, it's like there's the opportunity, but then this gives you the way, the ability to move forward in it. This is something tangible. Look at this. The Star again. Coming over the Six of Cups. I do feel like there's someone that you really may have put the effort in of trying to manifest. I shouldn't say try. Like, I feel like you've put that intention out there. I don't feel like you've put, like, stress out there. Like, oh, it must be. More like, I would be open to that. My intention is, yes, I would be open to that. And I feel like maybe that's all your guides needed to hear, because I feel like this Ace comes in to show the way, give the way. I do feel like someone has you know, I don't know if this is you or the other person, but I feel like I feel the struggle. I feel the struggle in it. You know, and it's interesting because sometimes we feel like, oh, well, you know, so and so's just out there having a good old time. But truth be told, deep down, you know, let's say, you know, someone who has a problem with drinking. You know, oh, they're out drinking all the time, they're having a good old time, but the truth is they're struggling inside to overcome this. They, you know what I mean? And I do feel like, listen, it probably takes time. That's just one example. I feel like, you know, there could be one who was not very responsible in money, you know, like wasn't so interested in getting like a job and settling down and all that. I feel like that has changed, but I do feel like they have gone through a struggle. You know, and if you say, I don't really give a shit, Sandy, then this probably is not for you, because I don't feel a lot of ill will towards this person at all. Matter of fact, quite the opposite. And maybe, you know, maybe you did realize, listen, I can't help him in this struggle, but I cannot let my life become part of that, right? Because that is theirs and they have to overcome it. And sometimes, you know, only we can overcome our inner challenges. And it's just how it's meant to be. Maybe you tried and you tried, right? But it just didn't work. And maybe it never would have. And maybe no one could have, right? This person had to come to this on their own. Again, I feel that like drop into my knees type energy. But listen, I feel like that was of yesterday, of yesteryear. Well, hello, Ten of Swords in reverse. Ten of Swords in reverse. I love seeing this. So, you know, look at the Ten of Swords in the upright. I know some of you just listen by head value, you're not watching, but you know, there's these 10 swords. Person's lying on the ground, right? Dagger after dagger in their back, one after another. And you know what? I feel like I often feel in this energy like we have to realize that we're allowing these daggers, right? One after another. And maybe they weren't meant for us, right? Here, in reverse, they're falling out. They're falling out. Listen, something's happening. You're receiving some type of guidance that's helping you move, maybe not change your whole life, but it's changing elements of your life. I feel like, it's almost like the hard times are over, baby. The hard times are over. But I feel like for you, the reason they're able to fall out is because you did do that inner work. Now maybe it's their turn. Well, look at this. 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups. It's a soulmate. We have the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is now coming right over the Queen of Pentacles and connected to the Devil, but also part of this Ace of Pentacles. I'm sure this is you. She's looking over. It's interesting because the Queen of Pentacles is also looking back, and so is this Queen looking back, where these 2 queens, now we have all the queens up, by the way, are looking the other way. Let me tell you about the Queen of Swords in the upright. She's someone who lives within her own truth, right? She has taken those blindfolds off. She has cut ties to things that are not serving her, right? She knows how to search for the light. She knows where, she carries that light. This is someone where, you don't come into their life and tell a bunch of lies and think that you're going to be able to stay in their life. It won't work. It won't work. She can't live in that type of energy. It's too much. Matter of fact, that's probably where all those swords are, right? Like, it's more than I want, right? I need to get back to me. I need to demand honesty, not just from others, but also myself. She's a great communicator. And it is you. And you do have the Ace of Pentacles right above you. And you have the 2 of Cups on one side of you. Let's see what's on the other side. We have the 8 of Cups. Excuse me. First of all, I feel like in the 8 of Cups, it talks about a new beginning, right? But this is about your emotional house. Their emotional house. Probably both. Probably everyone. Because I feel like we all have to, like, walk this way. Like, we can't get, like, I can't get my food if I don't walk through that gate. It's my only way. And I feel like it's about your inner joy, your inner self, finding that, understanding that. I do feel like you have probably put in quite a bit of time and effort to understand those swords, and to see, how they affected you in your own life. And, I feel like you've overcome them, definitely. I feel like there may be a few who are maybe moving back home, like back to where you grew up, that type of thing. And you may be here wondering, should I take that chance? I feel like, yeah, if you have your eyes wide open, I feel like, I don't know, why not? I did. We have, look at this, the King of Swords, our first king, and in the same line with the Queen, like-minded energy. I feel like this king may had one time, again, probably this page. This king has a 10 swords right above him, right? But again, in reverse, so those swords are falling out. He could have been part, I feel like both were probably part of causing that. If this is, let's say, already an existing marriage, I do feel like there's an awesome opportunity to really come back together. But listen, it needs to be of the light, of the highest. If there's something that one is like, caged in, I don't know. I feel like that's old energy though. Okay. Um, I just feel like they're soulmates. Someone on this table is in soulmate energy. The matching energy is the King and Queen of Swords. With the Four of Pentacles. I don't even know what I was going to look at. I really wasn't going to look. We'll put it there. I think what I'm going to look at before I let you go is this Ace of Pentacles. I feel like that's going to tell us the most. Look at this. Look how the swords are coming in reverse. My deck is in the upright. Oh, by the way, look at that. 6 of Swords right on the bottom. Look at this. 5 of Swords in reverse. 10 of Swords in reverse. I feel like each has to know their own part. I just got to know my own part. I got to know my own part. Something's changing. The energy is changing. People are changing. These people are changing. At least one. But listen, both probably. Because they feel like this is the complete realization of what these swords have been all about. And I feel like this is also the complete ability to put it in the past once and for all. And get back to loving and living. I have the 7 of Pentacles. Why? Because that's just the way it was meant to be. 7 of Pentacles teaches us a few things. Teaches us patience. Allows something to come to full fruition. Think of a fruit on a tree. You're not going to pick it before it's ripe. Why would you? It'd be sour. You're not going to pick it. You're not going to eat it when it's like, overripe. It's fallen from the tree. It's the patience to know when the time is right. And it's almost like you can give up that control. Because I often feel when we have like divine cards like Judgment or Temperance, it's saying give up control and just be aware. 7 of Pentacles, I feel like, is of your soul's intention. This experience was meant to happen. There are learning lessons. I feel like if something's meant to happen, it means I have an opportunity to really learn and expand myself, expand my soul. This has nothing to do with fear and being afraid to take the next step now, right? Because I feel like there's just been a clearing. There's been a clearing. Like all the swords are falling out. All the negative swords are literally falling out. And I think I want to leave it there. I think this is, for some, relating back to someone that I potentially worked with who may be reaching out. This is someone definitely of your past, like a while back. Some of you, this could be a marriage right now. A partnership right now. And there may have just been trouble. Right? And maybe it has gone the whole way to the 10 of Swords. What can last in that energy? Really nothing. And if it does, then you're caged, right? In the realization, because the swords come out, and then the 5. Each of us seeing our part. Ace of Pentacles is that blessing. You know, it's answering your prayer of the star. My hopes, my dreams, my wishes. How do I know that? Because the star is coming out again right next to it and under Judgment, your spiritual team. You asked us at this time to bring you this pentacle. And so we do. And here it is. So be it. All right, let's read the marriage card. Marriage. You drew this card because your relationship needs loving attention. You've been out of balance lately, with too much focus upon work and intellectual pursuits. Mother Mary steps in and asks you to stop what you're doing and put your energy into your marriage. In fact, make a renewed commitment to it in all of your interpersonal relationships. Allow yourself to care about and connect with each person you love. For unmarried individuals, this card signals a positive and important change in your love life, provided that you open your heart and allow yourself to be authentic and vulnerable. I can never say that word, with others. Commit to developing your relationships at the highest possible level so they are truly love-filled. Amen. And I'm going to leave it there, guys. I love you. I thank you. And I will see you next time at my table. Bye-bye.